on. Sunday morning. I turned the radio down. I'm going off to orienteering. So I don't know how much I'll be able to film. I don't know whether they'll be a bit funny about me filming or anything, because I've never been to this one before. So we'll see. I'll film as much as I can. The sun's fetched everybody out. Well, we're here. Switch this music down a bit. I hate these cattle grids. But we're in the Hardwick estate now, and find the parking space. Down there is the lake. Trundle along this road, which is typical of country estates. You can see it up. It's up there in the distance. You'll not probably see it from this view. Just about to go past some little lambs. Lots of little lambs. Don't think you saw. Well, I must say, I am glad I've got my National Trust card. It saves me quite a lot of money. It would have cost me £4 to park today, or £4 something. They've altered the entrance. You didn't used to have to pay till you actually got in the car park. Now you have to pay before you even get onto the ground. So it's you're about to see in the background Hardwick Hall's in the background. Keep having to slow down for these stupid cattle grids. But I think I can see the tents and everything over there for the orienteering, so I'll switch off and get sorted. This event was organised by Derwent Valley. I've registered and got it all sorted out, and I'm just about to go to the start. There'll probably not be any talking because I've got my other camera on my chest with the waterproof housing on, so I'll have to do a voiceover and we'll see what happens. Right, see you when we're finished. I'm at the start. Just getting my map. And now I've got to fathom out where I'm going. I've got the compass and quite a good map. Quite easy to follow. Now we go running off down the hill. I had a little bit of trouble finding the first checkpoint because I wasn't quite concentrating, I don't think. Busy messing with the map, and there wasn't really any paths to follow other than worn patches on the grass, so that was a bit different. I'm not used to that. Went too far up the side of a fence, followed the fence up too far until I got to a road, and when I crossed the road I realised that I shouldn't have crossed the road. You see me looking at the back, that tells you where the control is, and I realised that I shouldn't have crossed the road. And you have to make sure you're at the right checkpoint because each one's numbered. You've got to make sure that the number that you're punching is the right one to your map. You'll see other people running around all over everywhere. There's lots of different maps, some harder, some easier. I was on the third map, so the checkpoints are used in different orders. Well, they're actually called controls, actually, not checkpoints, and used in different orders by different people using different maps. So there's people running around all over everywhere, so you can't really follow somebody. I mean, this lady that you can see at the minute, I think she might have been on my course because she took two controls in front of me, the same as mine, but that doesn't mean to say that she's on the same map. this field was full of sheep and lambs, loads of little lambs. It was very boggy. It doesn't look it here, but you'd be running along, then your foot would disappear way above your ankles in a load of wet mud. In fact, in places it was standing water. The video's not picking it up. Really, it actually looks quite dry on the video, doesn't it? Some of the controls are easy to spot, like this one behind this fence. And you have, like again, I keep looking to check where it says that the control is and what number it is, so you don't get the wrong control, because there's controls all over the place. Checking the number, checking where you are, checking all the time. Time flew past ever so quick. Now I've got to run up this big hill. At least I was out of the sheep field and most of the boggy, muddy areas. So you just trade one for another. So I've got to get up this hill. And it was quite steep, and then I'd got to find the control in these woods at the top. Again, checking to find what the control will be on. It could be on a tree, a post, a fence, anything. I would really enjoy myself. I'm going to go and do quite a lot of orienteering this summer again. It's very in fact, it's addictive. I didn't want to finish. When I got to my last control, number 13, and I realised that the next one was the end, I was so disappointed. I was fair enjoying myself. I got the camera on my chest and it wobbles about a lot. It's a lot better if I put the camera on my head, but I just didn't want to look silly running around with the camera on my head, even though I have done it loads of times. I don't know why I was self-conscious. Perhaps because I don't know these people and they don't know me, because I've never been to this club's events. Here's a man coming up the other way. Seem to be an awful lot of people in this bottom part running towards me. Past quite a few people. Now I'm looking for a gate, which I've found, and this is where I couldn't find the next control. It was a bit hidden. If you was coming up this hill, it was easy to spot, but it wasn't going down the hill. It might have been the mud that distracted me, because this is where I missed my control. It was over to my left and I didn't see it. Well, when I come back you will understand why I didn't see it. And I was busy trying to stop myself from slipping and sliding about in all this mud. So I went down this path quite a way before I realised that I must have gone wrong. I found a different control, and a lady that was using that control helped me out and told me that I'd missed it. No, well, I knew I'd missed it, and told me where to go. So this is me coming back, and I'm about to point. That's where I came down, and I should have gone round. And you can see why I didn't see it, because from on that path that I was on, there's all this undergrowth, and it's in a dip. And the word they'd used to describe this, I didn't actually know what that word meant. So I've learnt a new word today. So anyway, I found it in the end, and off we go again. I'm heading down to a lake now, and it was quite easy actually from here. There's quite a lot of the controls were along the path at the side of this little lake, and I know this lake because when I used to be a photographer, I used to teach photography down at the visitors centre. Well, it's a nature centre type thing down there, so I was quite familiar with that lake, so that wasn't too difficult. The only thing is, with the level map I'd picked, they weren't on the path, they was off the path, so you've got to look for things, because the harder the level gets, as you move up levels, they're not so easy to find without using your compass and reading the map really carefully. Now you can see what I mean about off the path, and the clue for this one, to say what it was on, it was called the charcoal burning area. Now, does this look like a charcoal burning area? I'm looking for burnt things, but no. But as I came back down again, I did notice like little bits of, looks more like when you was used to play on the railway when we were kids, when there was stuff from the steam trains, little black pieces of rock and stuff. So that's probably what they'd seen. I'm going back up. I started to come down, look, I'm going back up. I'd forgot to take my bearing from in front of the control. That's a little thing I kept forgetting to do. If you walk away and then take your bearing, it's not quite right. You've got to really be thinking all the time and keeping your concentration. It's really good for the kids. They've got special maps for the kids, and you can even start at 5. I mean, you have to have a parent going around with you, of course, but there's lots of kids doing it, and I think it's really good to get the children involved with this type of thing. Tried to get you some nice views as I went up the side of this lake. I stopped to have a look at some sheep as well. You don't have to run all everywhere. Most of the ones with young children was walking. There was quite a few families walking, and there was a lot of older people running a lot faster than me. People that was older than me as well, doing ever so well. When I set out, it was sunny, but as the day had gone on, it got like hazy type of thing. It didn't make the views very pretty. And then the rain came, but I'd finished before it started raining. I was trying to get close up on the lambs, and the mummy sheep decided that she was going to move. Didn't like me walking up behind her, and I got as close as I could. It's trouble with the GoPro, I'm not having a zoom on it. Got really close, and then they decided to look at me and run away. I'm looking to see what the next control's on. It turns out it's on a big stone, so that should be easy to find, I think. I was just counting each pond, because on the map it seemed to go in like lots of little ponds, so I was just counting how many up I'd got to, and then I spotted my big stone. My battery started to go, so I thought I'd got my spare battery, but I'd left it in the car. I'd come prepared, but somehow I forgot to put it in my pocket. So I got to the end and did all right, finished, and was quite happy with my performance. So I decided to go a walk round Hardwick, and looked, I found lots of nice flowers. So I had to walk up to the cafe and to the toilets, and then a bit of a walk round some of the buildings before I went home.
It really smells nice.
Well, it's starting to rain again. Left home in the sunshine. I've done my orienteering. And now it's raining. I was going to go in the garden this afternoon. I suppose I can go and do a bit and get wet, I suppose. I was wanting the garden to dry out so I can sweep. Like it was. How many stories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heck. Let's go and nosy through one of these windows. Oh, some of them wooden beams are a bit rotten. So this is part of Hardwick Hall that's not been kept up. The other side you can go in and it's quite nice. Beth of Hardwick, that was the lady that Elizabeth, the proper name. But, that was who owned it most of the time. She inherited it from her husband, and she had quite a lot of husbands, rich husbands, and that's how she got her wealth. Can't see what's, let's see what's in there. I can't see, but I will be able to find out now from the video. That's where I was running down there. Get in free, but I've left my card in the car.
Yeah, so little drop. Yeah, this little passenger. I don't think you'll put everything when you get talking to yeah. Where in the garden? Where in the garden? You're not there yet?
I'm not walking back to the car. I'm not walking back to the car to get my National Trust card, just to go and wander around up there. So I'll walk back to the car now and get off home. I want to get some gardening done. Because it does say National Trust members free to go in that bit. I think you have to pay to go in the house. well, I've done it. Just had another one of them hike bars from Aldi, the berry flavoured one. I had the berry flavoured one last time. Very nice. I've done it. I've not had much trouble. There was just one control that I couldn't find, and I had to have a little bit of help. So for my first event this year, and I'd never been, this was the Derwent orienteering club that was running this. I'd never been to one of theirs, so I thought it was really good. And I think at this rate, if I carry on, I'll have stronger legs, because oh, talk about boggy, and all hard terrain, which I'm not complaining about, because this is what I need to build my strength up in my legs. So I hope you will have enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.